You know that feeling when you're standing on the dock, eyeing a kayak that promises effortless stability and room for all your gear, but you're not sure if it's really worth the cash? I've been there more than once, scrolling through endless listings, wondering if I'd end up with a wobble-prone boat that can't carry my cooler, my camera, and a few fishing rods without feeling like I'm about to tip over. Before you toss your money at a 12-foot solo paddle kayak, let's walk through what matters day to day, and see if the Old Town Vapor 12XD Solo Sit-Inside is the kind of paddle that makes those dockside doubts disappear. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Vapor 12XD isn't just another pretty kayak. It's built around the idea that a recreational paddler will want to bring a decent load without sacrificing stability. The 12-foot length gives you a decent hull speed for a casual outing, while the 319-pound capacity means you can pack a full day's worth of snacks, a dry bag, a small fishing rod, and still have room for a friend's extra gear. That's a practical number when you think about a family lake day where the kids want a sandwich, the dog needs a water bowl, and you want to keep a spare battery for your GoPro. It's not a lightweight toss and go model, it's a boat that expects you to bring a bit more than just a paddle. One of the first things I noticed when I actually got the kayak on the water was how the ClickSeal stern hatch changes the loading game. Most entry-level kayaks have a simple open hatch that you have to prop open with a rope or a piece of foam, which can get annoying if you're trying to keep water out after a splash. The Vapor's ClickSeal locks snugly and lets you dump out water without a fuss, which is a real time saver when you're paddling in a breezy lake that sends spray over the bow. I tried loading it with a 20-liter cooler, a small tackle box, and a dry bag, and the hatch stayed tight even after a sudden gust knocked water over the deck. Comfort is another spot that often trips people up with sit-inside kayaks. The adjustable Comfort Flex seat on this model is more than a padded cushion. It actually lets you slide forward or back and tweak the back angle without needing tools. In my case, I'm on the taller side, and being able to shift the seat forward a few inches meant I could keep a natural paddle stroke without hunching over. The EasyGrip thigh pads also help lock your legs in place, which translates into less fatigue on longer trips. I took the kayak on a 3-hour paddle around a winding river, and even after a few hours the lower back didn't feel cramped, a subtle win that you only notice after a decent stretch on the water. Stability is the word that gets shouted the most when people talk about recreational kayaks, but it's not just does it wobble or not. The Vapor 12XD's hull shape gives it a forgiving ride, especially when you're standing up to fish or take a quick photo. I tried a simple stand-up on a calm lake to get a better view of a distant waterfall, and the boat held steady without needing a huge effort to keep balance. The added leverage from the longer deck also means you get a smoother glide when you're cruising, which is a noticeable difference compared to the choppier feel of shorter, narrower models. If you're the type who likes to pause mid-paddle to cast a line, that steadiness is a real advantage. Now, let's be honest about the trade-offs. Because the Vapor is built to handle a heavier load, it's a bit heavier out of the water than some ultralight backpacking kayaks. The hull alone weighs enough that you'll likely need a small cart or a vehicle roof rack to move it from your garage to the launch point. If you're a weekend warrior who lives in an apartment and has to carry the kayak up a few flights of stairs, this could feel like a hassle. Also, the sit-inside design means you're a bit more enclosed than an open cockpit model, which can make it feel warmer on a hot summer day. I found that after an hour of paddling in 85-degree weather, the interior got a little stuffy, so I opened the hatch a bit for ventilation. It worked, but it's something to keep in mind if you plan on paddling in the peak heat of the day. Who should buy this kayak? If you're an occasional paddler who wants to bring more than just a water bottle, think family outings, light fishing trips, or a day-long photo expedition, this is a solid pick. The high weight capacity and secure storage hatch mean you won't constantly be second-guessing whether you can fit everything you need. It also suits beginners who appreciate the forgiving stability while still having enough performance to feel like they're progressing. On the flip side, if